For this episode of WKRP Weirdness, I will explore the character of Venus. Each of these characters in the series represents something. For example, Arthur Carlson's mother is named Lillian. Well, this is a take on the name Lilith. His mother is the one who owns the radio station. She is the queen. Much like Lilith is a demon queen. Lilith was the first wife of Adam. Lillian's son in the show is Arthur Carlson, whose initials are AC. Everything is coded. Anyway, back to the character Venus Flytrap. Well, as many may know, the planet Venus is also known as Lucifer, the morning star. In the show, Andy comes up with the radio name Venus Rising for his friend Gordon Sims.
What is your sign?
Libra.
Libra. That stinks.
It does not. It's a love sign ruled by Venus.
What do you think of when you hear the name Venus?
Flytrap.
Plant that eats bugs? Don't be an idiot. Okay, now think. Venus what? Venus.
Rising.
Rising.
Later, Andy changes the name to Venus Flytrap. Flytrap? Well, to me, a fly can represent death. So that part of his name could mean death trap.
What is that?
May I introduce Mr. Venus Flytrap?
When Andy and Gordon are discussing the radio show at his apartment, I notice his room number was 303, or 33. He is the program director in the show. And who is directing the program in our world? The 33rd degree Masons, aren't they? I should also note that the room number of the character Jennifer Marlowe is 330 for another 33. The character Bailey Quarters tells Venus people want to see a star as she is talking to Venus. This comes from the episode A Family Affair. Here's the clip.
Well, what would that prove? People want to see a star. Now you are a star. Think of it.
That makes the association between Venus and a star, or the morning star Lucifer. The writer wanted to make sure people don't associate his name with something else. Now keep in mind that the writer of the episode is Tim Reed. That's the man who plays the character Venus. Now think about Tim Reed's name. Just add an E to the end of Tim and you have time. His last name is Reed. That sounds like read as in reading a book or read as in the plant. In a previous video I discussed the connection between the reed of books and the reed of plants. The reed plants are hollow like needles. The little god Pan uses his panpipes for sound. Sound is frequency. So in the actor Tim Reed's name, we have a reference to frequency, needles, and time. Tim Reed was born on December 19th, 1944. He was born close to the day of the winter solstice. Also born in the year 1944. Well, 44 is another Gemini twin number. I've mentioned those before. Moving on, here is the next clip.
Right now, I think your main concern is Venus. He's supposed to be on the air in 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
WKRP, Cincinnati.
Hello. Venus Flytrap is not here this evening. However, a very good friend of his will be taking over Apollo Flytrap. So take it away, Apollo.
Did you hear that? Andy takes over Venus's show since he has not shown up to work. Andy refers to himself as an imaginary DJ called Apollo. Of all the names to write into the script, Apollo. Well, this makes the connection between Venus and Apollo as Andy takes over Venus's place. However, Venus is Lucifer. So what they are getting at here is that Apollo and Lucifer are one and the same. Remember, Venus has a coffee cup with a yin-yang symbol on it. Besides being a black and white symbol, it is also shaped like the inversion number 69. Also in the show, Venus has a gong that he uses for his radio show. That gong has a yin-yang symbol on it also. The gong is another sound or frequency reference. And since the yin-yang symbol is black and white, this connects Venus, who is black, and Andy, who is white. Venus Lucifer and Andy Apollo. Also, Apollo brings the disease and the cure. He brings the problem and the solution. So in a sense, he is a Gemini. I'll play that clip again.
WKRP, Cincinnati.
Hello. Venus Flytrap is not here this evening. However, a very good friend of his will be taking over Apollo Flytrap. So take it away, Apollo.
I also notice in the clip that Andy is wearing the colors of evil, red, white, and black. Now so far, we have a connection between Apollo and Lucifer, but it doesn't stop there. You see, in one of the WKRP episodes, Venus dresses up as Santa Claus. Here's the clip.
Who's Santa this year?
Venus.
Venus.
Is that a problem?
No, I'm just trying to get a mental picture of that in my head.
So does this mean that Santa is Lucifer or Apollo? Remember the old Saturday Night Live skit with Dana Carvey? He played the role of the church lady. In one of those skits, he took the word Santa and scrambled it. He formed the word Satan. This is how these Satanists hide things in plain sight. They play these word games. Another recent example of this comes from the new 2024 movie starring Jack Black. The movie is called Dear Santa. A kid writes a letter to Santa, but does the same thing as Dana Carvey. He writes Satan instead. In the trailer, the Jack Black Satan spins around and appears as Santa. They are telling us that Santa and Satan are one and the same. In WKRP, Venus Lucifer dressed as Santa. So is it a stretch to say that Lucifer, Apollo, Santa, and Satan are all the same entity? Well, the Satanic Temple thinks so. I decided to type in the search, Black Friday Satan. The metal band Megadeth has a song called Good Morning Black Friday. That's how I came up with the Black Friday Satan search term. Anyway, I discovered that the Satanic Temple was having a Black Friday sale. Too funny. Satanists believe in the economy also. But here's an image of Santa I found on their Black Friday sale page. They had a Santa poster and shirt for sale. Santa had whited out eyes as he stands next to two children. The image states that Santa's greatest trick was convincing the world he didn't exist. Now this follows another synchronicity. You see, I just mentioned the band Megadeth and their song Black Friday. Well, many years ago I saw a news special on Satan worship. In it, the frontman for Megadeth, Dave Mustaine, was interviewed. I will play a clip from that.
The greatest lie he's ever told was convincing people he doesn't exist. And you know, you see people that think that he's like red. He's got a goatee and a ponytail and stuff like that. He doesn't. He's very beautiful. He's an angel. Why would he look like some monster? He's capable of looking just like you. He could be in this room right now. We wouldn't know it.
He said the same thing as the Santa Satan merchandise. So even the Satanic Temple is connecting Santa with Satan. What else did I find on the Satan Church website? Here's the image. It states Black Friday and Sol Invictus. Wow. Now let's go to the wiki page for Sol Invictus. You know, that website Elon Musk doesn't want people looking at. Under Invictus as epithet, Invictus was a name used for various deities, including Apollo. Now, Roman Emperor Lucius Aurelian was a part of the cult of Sol. He had a temple for Sol built, and it was dedicated on December 25th, 274. December 25th sounds familiar, doesn't it? As a quick note, the number 666 divided by 9 is 74. So I noticed the year that the Temple of Sol was dedicated was 274. Another interesting thing is that the Emperor Lucius Aurelian died almost a year after the dedication in November of 275. Apparently, the day of the winter solstice in Old Rome was December 25th. It came right after Saturnalia that lasted from December 17th to December 23rd. As far as the Christian aspect goes, here's what I found. A widely held theory is that the church chose Jesus Christ's birthday as December 25th. So, it was only a theory that Jesus was born on December 25th. According to the official story, the church appropriated the Sol Invictus birthday that was held on the same day. The early church linked Jesus to the sun. Well, this sounds like something the History Channel would do, saying that the Christians adopted pagan holidays to get people interested in Jesus. We know by now, though, that this is backward. The church adopted the birth date of December 25th to get Christians to celebrate their pagan god's birthday. This is similar to how the Satanists got Christians to celebrate Halloween and Easter. So now we have a connection between Lucifer, Apollo, Satan, Santa, and Sol Invictus. The Satanists basically put the birth of Apollo Lucifer at the winter solstice. The Enter the Stars channel on YouTube made a great discovery. The whole birth cycle of a woman is actually 40 weeks, or 280 days. This is similar to when we read about 40 days on the ark, or 40 years in the wilderness in the Bible. You can look this up yourself, but I will show you the image here. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, take the 40 weeks, or 280 days, from December 21st, the day of the winter solstice, and where does it land? It lands on March 17th. That's the 76th day of the year. For another Apollo connection, do you remember that Carl Weathers died at age 76? He also died on February 2nd. That's the 33rd day of the year. Carl Weathers is famous for many roles, and one of them is Apollo Creed from the Rocky series. Apollo Creed's first appearance was in the year 1976. A lot of 76s. This means that the number 76 is associated with Apollo Lucifer. It also confirms the winter solstice as the birth of Lucifer. And remember, in Old Rome, the winter solstice date was December 25th. So when was Jesus born then? Well, the actual truth community is starting to recognize that it was September 11th, the day of a mass satanic sacrifice. Take that same 40 weeks, or 280 days, and subtract it from September 11th, and where does it land? On December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. The Pearl in the Harbor, Conception. Both Pearl Harbor and 9/11 are days of mass sacrifice. Are both days connected to Jesus? Once again, thanks to Enter the Stars for this revelation. Well, as always, I like to keep my videos somewhat short. However, I still have more to go on this Apollo Lucifer subject. So there will be a part 2. Thanks for watching. And whatever the season, pray to Jesus.
It's Venus Flytrap now. You're a new man, and right in there tonight in that booth, you're going to become a star.
Starting tonight, I'm a plant that eats bugs.
No, it's Flytrap. It's Mr. Venus Flytrap.
Oh, like the plant that eats bugs. How exotic.